Hello guys and gals, and welcome. Welcome. So, I managed to get my hands on the missing items, and we're going to be starting off with the Mangler first. The Mangler is an axe, a two-handed axe. A big old honking boy. And this particular axe seems to be one of those items that is very rare. So according to what I was able to figure out about this item and why I was having so much trouble getting my hands on it, is apparently it can only be found, or never be found in multiplayer. So that was the first problem. This is because the Wicked Axe will always appear as a unique large axe if dropped, and it can be found in single player, but only if two unique large axes drop in the same game, in which case the first will be the Wicked Axe and the second one will be the Mangler. So apparently it's one of those items that has a very hard time dropping, and that's why I was unable to find it. This particular axe does have some pretty good stats. It comes with 6 to 16 damage because it's a large axe base. It has 200% enhanced damage, which is pretty good for a weapon. It also has -5 dexterity though, which reduces your 2-hit chance and your armor class, which is kind of poopy. -5 magic, which also not great for any magic wielders. And -10 mana, which is also kind of poopy as well. It only has a 25 strength requirement, which isn't too bad, and has a durability of 30, which is so-so. This particular item is another one of those unique items that, yeah, it has lots of damage. In fact, if you take a look at it on the panel, I'm sure it looks like a pretty decent weapon at 21 to 51 damage. And for the early parts of the game, when you don't necessarily need like 2-hit% chance, like levels 1 through, I don't know, like 7-ish, you probably won't have any trouble hitting anything with it, but it's gonna suffer a lot later on in the game because it has essentially no 2-hit chance. Not only does it have no 2-hit chance, but it also lowers your overall 2-hit chance, making it much more unlikely that you're actually going to hit the target. It seems to be a problem with a lot of these weapons, is that they have lots of damage, but that's it. And that's all this weapon has. It does have lots of damage. Like, there is that. It does have 21 to 51 damage, which is not bad. However, it's also a two-handed weapon, which means that you don't get to use shields with it. So because you don't get to use shields with it, you're just very indefensible. You get no block chance, you lose AC class from your shield, which basically means that if you actually wanted to use this as a weapon, you would have to, number one, compensate for the lack of 2-hit chance with 2-hit chance equipment, which would be difficult because, quite honestly, you're going to have to sacrifice a lot to get that 2-hit chance. You're also going to need a really high AC class, because with no shield, you're not going to get that blocking effect. And you're also going to lose the AC from the shield itself, so you're going to need a really good AC armor and a really good AC helmet. Overall, just kind of an odd duck. I mean, I think it would be just fine early on in the game. Probably would absolutely slap early in the game. Like, if you just had one of these laying around and you just wanted to use it on like a little character as you were going up, I mean, sure. Like, I think it'd be fine. But, I think you'd find that later on it falls off really quickly, and like this weapon's probably never going to leave normal difficulty, to be honest, because all the monsters in Nightmare and Hell difficulty have such high AC class that there's no way you're going to be able to use this in the higher levels. The penalties on it are kind of severe too. I mean, like -5 dex, -5 magic, and -10 to mana. Kind of sucky, especially considering the warrior doesn't have very much mana to begin with anyway. I mean, like, I think I have like 10 mana. Like, if I take off all this garbage, yeah, I think I have 10 mana. So if I put this on, I'm at -5 mana. So the axe is just going to completely take away all my mana as a warrior, which I guess it really doesn't matter if you don't care about, you know, that kind of thing, but like Barbarian maybe and Hellfire could get better use out of it because they don't actually care about mana. So it's kind of an interesting like situation for them. I mean, you probably never see this item anyway though. Like, it happens to be a very rare item. It only spawns in single player, doesn't spawn in multiplayer. So, like, in general, you're just not going to see it. It's interesting. Let's see how much it sells for.
Whoa, what can I do for you?
Sells for 712 gold. Whew, that's amazing. Yeah. Got kind of a cool graphic, though. I do like the graphic. I like the graphic on the character, too. I always thought some of the axe graphics were just really awesome looking. Especially in, like, D2. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty much it for this axe. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals joining me. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button if you are enjoying the Diablo 1 videos. And as always, keep watching.